Morning, March 30th, 2025. I'm Larissa. It's my video diary. Time to drink some skulls. Oh my god, yesterday I had such a nice reprieve from hurting during the day because of the weather system, because of the air, the pressure, the barometric pressure. And then when I got in bed, like, hurt. I woke up, like, I fell asleep, but then I woke up and he was snoring, and I hurt so bad, and I couldn't get comfortable, and I thought I was gonna cry. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's raining now. So that's what was going on. So now I'm gonna hurt again today. Oh, but I had a reprieve. It was real nice. I got to walk around without my stick, and when I was at the store, I could reach for things without it hurting, like I was gonna fall apart. It's awesome. I was even able to stand, like, for a pretty long time. Oh my god, the boobs. Boobs. Sorry about the boobs. Sorry about the boobs. Oh my god. They're so heavy. But I was even able to stand and, like, do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, I was able to throw darts last night. It was great. I was scared when I woke up and I was hurting. I'm like, oh, it's because I was throwing those darts. Not because I was throwing the darts, because it was raining. Oh, it was so nice to throw a dart game. Oh, Omar beat me just barely. He did. He beat me just barely. He was the locust. He ate my crops. Oh, I was I was snacking on his buffet, like, the whole game, right? And then it got down to it. I needed one bullseye, right? And the bullseye's the hardest one to get, right? I just needed one. Like, the harder you try, the harder it is to get, right? And in the time that it took me to try to get that damn bullseye, he caught up, and he got his bullseyes taken care of before his other stuff, right? Like, it's best to get the bullseyes taken care of as fast as possible in Locust. It is. Yeah. But I ate most of his crops before. I did. I told him, I said, all I left you was the green bell peppers. I don't like green bell peppers. I don't like them. They're not ripe. Yeah, so did that. Yeah, I did that. And I rocked out. Listen to, I play those decades of rocking out. I rocked out. Yep. Sang along with some rock and roll. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Closer to the heart. Beans will make you fart. Beans will make you fart. That's what I sing. It's so closer to the heart. Rush. Oh, Rush is so, like, overwrought. Seriously. People who are into Rush are really into Rush. Like, I'm not against Rush or anything, like, but like, I'm not like crazy into Rush. Like, people who are into Rush, like, they have, like, a different Rush t-shirt for every day of the week. Yeah, Rush fans are hardcore. Yeah, Rush groupies. Mm. Blacksmith and the artist reflected in their art. Forge a new reality. Beans will make you fart. Now, how's that song start? And the men who hold high places must be the ones to start. Yeah. Mold a new reality. Beans will make you fart. Beans will make you fart. I amuse myself. Oh, there's a Zeppelin song too that I got funny lyrics too. Mm-hmm. Comes from the lands of the ice and snow. Soon says ho ho ho. Yeah. Yeah. I got some lyrics for different songs. So another one. Oh, there's that Carpenter song. Uh, why do turds suddenly appear every time I spread my rear? There's that one. And there's another one. What's another one? It's another one. Eat my sweet little pie. Eat my pie, eat my pie. All alone down between my thighs. Eat my pie, eat my pie. Yeah, that one amuses me too. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I had a dream last night. Lydia Debnar was in my dream last night. Lydia Debnar. Lydia. Another one. Another person who screwed me over with music. Yeah. Just whatever. Whatever. I'm having trouble remembering what all the dream was about. I remember Lydia Debnar was there, and I was like bitching at her about something, probably about music. But we were in Detroit, like in the dream. We were in Detroit, totally in Detroit. Sticks, Mister Brody, leaving sticks everywhere. Yeah, so did I. So did I. Do a little more laundry. Yeah, get those photos kind of separated. I have them separated. I have the first set separated. Get all the sets separated, all the sets separated, all the sets separated, all the sets separated. Yeah. Yeah. And then get all the photos individually separated. And then get everything back in the box. Oh, take them to the gallery. Figure out. So I'll work on tomorrow. Get all those photos laid out. I have Wednesday set aside as photo day. Wednesday and Thursday set aside as photo edit day. But I'll do that to get photo edits, editing done, and Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, do more, maybe be able to get the last piece done, the last assemblé, get the new wet one. I have to look at that one. Maybe I'll see if it's firmed up enough to do the finish work on it today. We'll see, won't we? We will see. Yeah. I'm gonna have to bring home another bag of clay. Gonna have to do that in the studio. So I ordered 4 25-pound bags, and I think I'm gonna use like 2.5 of them. The other ones, I'm gonna do some tests with. The other ones, I'm going to break down into slip and do some reverse slip casting. What is that? Well, instead of using a mold, using a bat, I'm gonna make some bats. Do some reverse mold slip casting. Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, Anyway. Yeah, I want to do some. I want to do some pieces, but I need to do a couple tests first. After that, mm. Use up the rest of that clay. Yeah, before I get the porcelain. Before I get the porcelain. Mm. Yeah. Oh, I heard a bunch of songs last night that I hadn't thought about in a long time. A whole bunch of Primus came up. Oh, I forgot Rage Against the Machine was at that first Lollapalooza when they had the t-shirt stolen. They stole my t-shirt in Oakland. A t-shirt from that very first Lollapalooza tour. Yeah. Had my shirt torn off in the pit. In the Butthole Surfers pit. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, Butthole Surfers, Pepper. Such a good song. Such a good song. I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary, softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes. It's a good song. It is. It's a nice hook, huh? It's a well-written hook. Yeah. Les Claypool. Say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby, do you want to lay down by my side? Say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby. Say, baby. Yeah. They were so good live. They were so good. They were. They really were. Primus was so good. Mm. And Clutch. There were some Clutch songs in the. I know there's always Clutch in the mix, but I never saw Clutch live. They still tour, so we could still see them. But I was Omar and I were laughing about it last night, and I'm like, I saw a Helmet a bazillion times. He's like, I never saw a Helmet. I'm like, well, now you can't because they don't tour anymore. But Clutch still does. Never saw Clutch. Never saw Clutch. Saw a Helmet a bazillion times. In the meantime, it was always a really good pit. Helmet always had a really good pit. Stomping around. Stomping around. Coming home all black and blue and bruised. I'm beating the crap out of each other. Yeah. Oh, I never got real hurt in the pit. Mm-mm. No. Some people, I knew people, some people did. Some people did. Joel came home with a tooth in his boot one night. I never got hurt in the pit. Like a few bruises. A few bruises. I never crowd surfed. So, like, I never, like, got down into the middle of the vortex of the pit. Like, that's crazy shit. You know, if there were any skinheads at the show that you were at, that's where they'd be in the middle of the pit, like punching people and shit. I never crowd surfed, so I never got down into the depths. Uh, uh. Had some skinheads try to attack me though the one time. More than once. I mean, when you go to the hardcore shows or the punk shows in Detroit in the 90s, the skins were always there. And like they were never welcome. But, you know, unless they were actively doing shit, they couldn't kick them out, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? Kick them out because the guy I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but they couldn't, you know, if they had tickets or whatever. Oh, they were always at the Fugazi shows. Not all of the skins at the Fugazi shows were racist skins, right? The Sharps weren't. And the Sharps would kind of like keep the other guys away from people, but not always. But they couldn't always, because there weren't always as many of them as there were the other guys of the Neos. And ugh, those guys with all their white shoelaces that time. Mm. In their boots. It was scary. You know. Yep, and the Pennywise show where Pennywise or the no, it was the Luscious Jackson. No, it wasn't the Luscious Jackson show. It was the Pennywise show. Pennywise show, and this when the skinheads were trying to dump pee on us, pissing in their beer cups and dumping it down on it, trying to dump it on us. Yeah, that was gross. And they chased us in the parking lot. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, nobody ever said anything about the Romani kids getting harassed by the skinheads. You know? Nobody ever said anything about that shit. Nobody ever cared. Right? But out there in Ohio now it's a news story. I mean, it should be a news story no matter what. Yeah, I agree. Like it's horrible. But my point is that these groups in the Midwest, from the UP down, have been around, and they've been shitty to us, right? Ugh, yeah. No, I knew a guy had have his jaw wired shut from fighting with skins in at a show in Detroit. Yeah, I didn't know him. Like know him. Like his name Kevin. I met him a few times. I met him while he had his mouth wired shut, his jaw wired shut, and like it was part of the reason I met him at Eric Hughes' house. Was it Eric Hughes' house or over at Nicole Peters' house? Was it Eric Hughes' house? No, it was Nicole's house. No, it was Nicole's house. Nicole Peters' house. Uh, uh, oh, mm, yeah. All I know is I've dealt with them. And I've dealt with them since high school too. Dealt with them up in Santa Rosa. There were a lot of skins up in Santa Rosa. There were a lot of punks out there, but where you find punks, you'll find skins. Yeah, I think they try to blend in with the punks. That guy with his swastikas. There's a large population of Aryan Brotherhood in California, and people don't realize that. But you look at the prison population out here, um, and of course, you know, Aryan Brotherhood run out of the prison, right? It's run out of the prisons. Yeah. And like I don't even know how that dude knew who and what I was. Like I'd never seen him before in my life. And I don't know how he knew. I'm not sure what it was about me that like tipped him off, right? Cuz like he didn't know my name, right? He certainly didn't know my maiden name. I guess it's just something about the way I look. I don't know. I don't know. Most people just have no idea, right? Because I'm so fair complected. Mm. Yeah, that the skins always seem to know. I'm not sure. We must smell a certain way with our degenerateness, our lesser than Aryan, our subhumanness. They must be able to smell our subhumanness. They must have some sort of special nose buds to sniff us out and harass us. Uh, I don't know what like a tattoo like that. Like if that guy ever had a change of heart. Like I have never seen such a display, prominent display of hate on a human body. I mean, he wasn't that tall. He was like maybe 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", like Omar's height. He wasn't a midget, like he wasn't short like me, but he wasn't tall. He was definitely under 6 foot. But he was real stocky, right? And you could tell he bench pressed, right? But then he had this big, hard beer gut, right? Big, hard belly. And it was just, I mean, it was huge. It was big, like it looked like a pregnant woman's belly kind of thing. It was big and hard like that. Just a giant swastika across his stomach, huge, thick black. I mean, it was like the arms on it were like this thick, right? I have never seen, I mean, solid black swastika on his stomach. And then four really big iron crosses across his pecs, across the top. I mean, it was the most hateful thing I've ever seen, right? He was wearing white cargo shorts and white boxer shorts sticking out, and he took his shirt off, so everybody could see this thing, and he had on black combat boots with white laces and white socks and a big old white. It wasn't a pit bull, but it was a dog like that. It was a bigger dog than that. It was like, I don't know if it was a cane corso or some sort of mastiff, but it was solid white, and he had big old spiked collar on it, right? Not like biker spikes, like the big prongs. The dog was so sweet, though. I pet that dog. That dog snuggled me. And he got all upset and stomped off with the dog. The cops were there, and they just let this dude do this in front of me. Stomp back and forth, because it was intimidation. When he showed up, he didn't have it take his shirt off. He stood in front of me, took his shirt off so I could see what was on him. I was like, oh, okay. What are you going to do to me now? You going to take me out in the alley and fucking rape me and cut me up? What are you going to do? You going to cut my hair off my head? What are you going to do? My hair was only like this long at the time. I was wearing one of the little dresses I made. I had this one made out of fabric that was like a comic strip about making clothes, right? It was like a 1950s pop art comic strip about making clothes. And I appliqued a pair of sewing shears on it and needle and thread. And then I'd wear a little black t-shirt underneath it. Those dresses were so cute. All those dresses that I made were so cute. And then I had on a little pink sweater over that because it was mostly, the print was like pastels with black outlines. And I had my little black Mary Jane shoes and my black beanie. Right? That's what I was wearing. That's what I was wearing. Yeah. It's weird, like, at the time, because I was volunteering it was an event, and we were setting up, and I was volunteering for the day, selling tickets that you would then use to get beers, right? So, I mean, it was like 9:30 in the morning. The event didn't start until 11. And it was like 9:30 in the morning, and he was like, "What, doing this?" And it was cold. That's why I had my sweater on still. It was cool in the morning. But it's like I was And I've had this experience before. It was like, it's like almost like a paralysis, right? Like no reaction, but there's like a lot of internal reaction, right? But like my outside became like totally, because it's like, like either something's going to happen or something isn't. And it's either going to be okay or it's not, right? Like there's not going to be any kind of like in between. It's one of those situations where you're like, oh, it's either going to be okay or it's not. There's, and have acceptance of that. It's either going to be okay or it's not. It's either going to be really bad or it'll be fine. And it wasn't until like a couple days later that I was scared that I cried about it. And it makes me want to cry when I think about it now. But, like, how would you get rid of that or cover that up? Like, if he ever had a change of heart, like, what would someone do to fix that, You only pray that a person like that has a change of heart. I mean, hate that pure. Hate that pure is really difficult.